Whatever you want me to say.
It doesn't have the best audio.
Okay, yeah, that's very true. What rules of art? You know, I always thought art had to be something concrete. It's something real that you could touch. Fountain, Duchamp, I like that piece. Just the fact that he signed it and said this is art, all of a sudden it's art, and something that you can interact with more than just seeing it on a piece of paper or screen. It's like about the space it's enclosing too. Sure. I prefer to work in realism. I really like abstract art. I'd say I'd rather build up maybe my own personal style. I think that for art to have value, it kind of does have to have some sort of style to it. I just find it a lot more interesting if you can see the strokes, like the brush strokes or the marks that the pencil makes. I don't know, photorealism, you can make that with a camera, so a lot easier. It's sort of raw, big, heavy brush strokes, and I really like that aesthetic. I think I'd love to try doing something out of my comfort zone, explore what you want to do without the pressures. We should be exploring. I find it a lot harder to think in 3 dimensions than 2. I prefer drawing, it's much more therapeutic. I think sculpture makes me more anxious. I can't really be like precious with all of your artwork. Not everything you make is going to be great. It's important to make mistakes in your artwork so that you sort of learn from your mistakes. I mean, that's kind of a cliche, but it's true. There's like a degree to which I like to listen to my professors. You want to do something that you're actually going to like, and just spend your whole time pleasing them. Okay. Yeah, I'm planning to apply to the master's. What's going on? Working at the art gallery, that was really nice. But I mean, I also enjoyed architecture. I think that art's a good measure of, you know, culture, and it can teach us about different cultures, different histories or time periods, and I enjoy that part of it. I think I gave myself like a B+, but he gave me an A+.
This time I am recording.
Hi, my name's Caitlin, and I'm a 4th year visual studies major with a minor in architecture. Interesting fact about myself, before I became an artist, I used to be a dancer, and I worked as a ballet dancer for 2 years. School has sort of just consumed my life. I don't think I've ever had more brutal critiques than last year. Architecture profs are not kind. Yeah. Rip your work apart like 2 weeks before it's due, start over, do it again because it's bad. It was a lot more artistic than I thought it would be, and I appreciate that part of it, but the technical components are difficult. You have to learn them. I was born in Saskatchewan, so you could say I'm a prairie girl. My parents lived in the suburbs, Saskatoon's where I was born. This was probably one of my favorite pieces that I've made so far in my degree, and mostly because of how personal it is. So I was looking at societal and cultural beauty standards and sort of this pressure that we see in society nowadays put on the body and the female body. For this class in particular, we were looking at the influence of social media and also like digital media, the way that it affects how we view beauty and the body and sort of this, I don't know, perfectionist ideal. Visualizing this pressure that's being put on the body to look a certain way or form sort of this perfect body, and in the work it's the body's being like distorted and pushed and pulled into these very extreme, almost violent positions. And yeah, I really liked the contrast between like the very dark blacks and then the white from the flesh being sort of like pushed up against the glass or against like almost the page of the artwork. Yeah. I also really enjoy drawing hands. I find hands to be one of the most interesting body parts to draw. The sound might not be the best quality here. Art is a passage of time, interaction with the artist. That might not be a beautiful image, but it's still a beautiful piece of art. Cuts them up, and then that becomes sort of this exquisite corpse, right? Any more questions?
Oh my god.